What's up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome to a brand new open game state video. I don't know what number this one is, but I don't have any duel videos. That's why I haven't uploaded in a couple days, because I just have no footage recorded. And I know you guys don't like dueling network stuff, dueling book stuff, whatever this website's called. I know you guys don't like that stuff, so I kind of hold off and try not to, upload any of that stuff that you guys won't really like. So we're sort of at a middle ground here, a little open game state video. Tomorrow, if things go according to plan, should be locals, should be some videos recorded, etc, etc. What's this video going to be about, basically? It's just a review of Nimble Mermails, how I like playing the deck as, so far. We're going to be looking at my version of Mermails for in the future, when the Lacea comes out and, Light a Second and stuff like that. And then we're going to be looking at a DDD build that I have made up here on Dueling Book, because I know you guys have been really wanting to see a DDD deck profile, and actually like looking into it and finding out, looking at other deck profiles, looking at my old deck profiles, kind of getting reacclimated. I'm actually kind of really getting excited to play the deck again. So but right here, we're gonna look right at my my current Mermail list. This is sort of my current Mermail list, Nimble Mermail list, if you will. One change I did make was in the extra deck here. I cut another rank 4, which I think I was playing Dweller, and I cut it for this card because I want to have a synchro card to go into. And this card in and of itself, the fact that it can keep coming back, and even as a tuner, even though that's not really what you're using it for. It comes back as a tuner. Just its reoccurability, its effect to blow up the field, your opponent's field when it hits the board. It's really nice. It's just a nice level 8 synchro to go into sometimes, because, we do have Diva still. She is a tuner. Why not take advantage of that a little bit? But I added Surface here into the extra deck, or into the main deck, because it can bring stuff back from the grave, obviously, to help, make cards like Saryuja or any other link, make him a Star Boy on top of that. You can bring back Neptibus with this card, so helps out a lot in recurring Neptibus. Very, very good card. I don't think I have a copy of this anymore. I might have to order one or try to hunt for one, but definitely a card I want to play in the future. The Foolish I still like to send the Angler. Still really clutch. And I don't think anything else has changed in the extra deck. Playing the Tomahawk, I think I said this in one of the combo videos or a test hand video, strictly to help out with Firewall Dragon, because this card with the 5 tokens is very, very powerful, be able to go into a lot of things. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the Nimble engine. So far, I really like it. It's just sometimes it's not as consistent as you'd want it to be. Really, the only thing you're using it for is basically just going to be to help spam extra monsters on the field. And I think right now I kind of like it. I know a lot of people were, I mean, not a lot, but a couple people have asked, is the Nimble engine that good? Is it consistent enough to play? Is it really worth throwing that engine in there, along even with the Swap Frog engine? But I think, just to get these two guys on board to make a free, Star Boy or, an Underclock Taker, I actually think I actually messed something up in my build here. I'm not sure what it was. I think one of these cards, I should still have Underclock Taker in the extra deck here. I think what I did, I think I cut 38 for Underclock. So just keep that in mind. But the thing right now with me, I think I'm going to stick with the Nimble engine. I think I still like it a lot, and I think I'm going to still keep playing it. So that's my consensus right now. Also, adding a 3rd infantry was something I've pondered doing, or even just going to add, cutting this 3rd infantry for a dupe frog to help out with the frog engine. But then again, that's just like a dead card that you could open. I'm trying to keep down the amount of dead cards to open. I think opening Beaver and Sunfish are probably the 2 worst things to open, obviously, at this point. But I think the Nimble engine, I've said this a billion times already at this point. I'll probably move on here to the next build, but The Nimble Engine, it's not like super fantastic, but when you have a card like Saryuja available to you, the opportunities that this card provides, and the fact that you have such an easy and, you know, convenient engine to throw into your main deck, I think it's a no-brainer. So we'll move on here to go on to the Mermails with new stuff. This is basically what my Mermail deck is going to look like, or I'm going to make it try to look like in the future when we get Light of Sekka and we get Alacia. I think one of the main differences was I ended up cutting Tomahawk and Firewall for 2 copies of Alacia. I think 2 copies is as good as it gets right now, especially when we still have Mistar Boy and, you know, Link Karibo and stuff like that. 3 Light of Sekka, and as you know, you can't activate Light of Sekka if you have spells or traps in your graveyard, and you also cannot activate other spells or traps, I believe, for the rest of the duel if you activate Light of Sekka, so you only really need to play just these 3, which means super heavy monster build. And I basically went all in, added the 3rd infantry. I cut the Lin because I just didn't want to play it without the sphere, added a Pike, added a Dupe Frog here, added the Undyne engine, and just kind of filled in that extra bit of space. As you saw, the only little bit of difference between this build and the last build was pretty much the spell and trap lineup. Slight variations within the monster lineup, still playing the Nimble Engine as well. Because honestly, if I cut the Nimble Engine, I don't know what I'm going to put in those, you know, 4 slots that I would need to fill. So I threw in the Undyne engine as well. The Light of Sekka to help add with that super consistency. One thing I think I need to do is go back here and cut something. Because I'm playing Upstart Goblin now, which is my current actual IRL build. So I'm going to put that in there. Save that, and then we're going to go back to our new build here. But this is basically, for anybody who's wondering, this is what my build would aim to look like in the future when we do get the new stuff. And then going on here, I know you guys have been waiting for it. What's the DDD build look like? Well, right now, this is sort of where it stands. We've got triple Ragnarok, Thomas, Kepler, Swirl Slime, and then 1 Necro Slime, followed by 3 Copernicus, 1 Orthros, 2 Lamia. Might play 3, still undecided as of right now. And then a bit of a Pendulum Engine. This was some sort of stuff that I got like from a consensus of builds that I ended up watching on YouTube. Thankful that, you know, the DDD community is still strong as it is. Really happy to see that. The diehards that still play the deck haven't given up on it, because it's still a really awesome deck. Even what it was able to do in the past, and especially what it can do now. And this small little Pendulum Engine was something that I picked up from the community, so I do have to give a shout out to them. All you diehard DDD players out there still playing the deck and finding new ways to innovate it. So you got double Astrograph, double Dark Worm, and then King Gate 0 to go along with that. You can search that. He's a scale 0, so you can help Pendulum summon low level things like Lamia, etc., etc. Very helpful. So and then running a couple hand traps here, 2 Ash, 2 Snow Rabbit. Still running the triple contract with the Gate. You have to play that card, double or triple Allure. And then another thing I ended up deciding to play in this build is Called by the Grave. Very helpful in shutting down hand traps, which in my opinion is one thing that this deck has always struggled with, is just hand trap after hand trap, especially with something like Ghost Ogre. Even Ash Blossom, I think this card is absolutely fantastic to play. I think it might be a must play in the deck because the deck is so fragile against hand traps. I think you just have to play it. The 1-for-1 in the Foolish Burial, of course, and then the 2 Full Force Virus. I think Full Force is still a fantastic card. Still think it's very worthwhile in playing. I remember when I played the deck in the past, I was running a build with triple Full Force and was absolutely loving it. It was just decimating every deck that I was able to get it off on. Just did a huge number into a lot of decks, and I think it's still pretty nice to play. So I'm going to play double, at least so far. I don't have the build made IRL just yet because I'm still missing Astrographs, which I'd have to pick up some of these cards here. As you see the Electromite down here, I'd have to pick up one of those, which is, you know, ouch to the wallet. But extra deck we're going to go to now. We have Crystal Wing, Cyframe Lord Omega, DDD Curse King Siegfried, Alexander, and Odd-Eyes Meteor Burst, as well as the Formula Synchron. Pretty much the same synchro lineup as before. Double Genghis, 1 Diarch, and 1 Beowulf. For the fusions, this guy as well, King Caesar Ragnarok. And then for Ixies, you have DDD Wave High King Caesar, Duo Dawn King Caligula, Caliuga, whatever you want to call him, And then number 38, Hope Harbinger, just because he's a great rank 8 to have and to play. And then Heavy Metal Foes, Electromite. Obviously, this card works well with any Pendulum, so why not play it as well? It's so easy to make. Just 2 Pendulum monsters help gain you a lot of advantage. But yeah, that's pretty much it right now for, DDDs. I'm thinking this is pretty much, for now, as good as I'm going to get it. I really don't know what else more I could innovate it, beyond my interest. I think adding this small Pendulum engine is very, very nice. I might consider playing a secondary copy of Supreme King Gate 0, but I just like the fact that it's a scale 0, very easily searchable with this card here. A little bit of synergy. I don't know. I've never played this engine in the deck, so I'm not too sure what it's like and how it'll run. But right now, I think this is pretty decent. So yeah, just wanted to go over these new builds with you guys. Again, this build for the future, and I know there's a build with Troy Mares, which it's just the all extra deck is just Troy Mare stuff, and I think I saw Lithium made a video on this a while ago, and the way the deck played, with I think it's called Needle Fiber, I think the card's called. Yeah, it was Needle Fiber. There was some build playing a Mermail playing Needle Fiber, and there was some other way or Summon Sorceress, I think was the other card as well. Let's see here. Yeah, this card, just a really crazy link spam build with Mermail. I don't know if I really want to play a build like that. I don't know if I just don't. It just doesn't really feel like Mermail to me, with all those. It's just Troy Mare, and then you have, like I said, the Summon Sorceress, and then the Needle Fibers. It's a weird, outlandish build, but that's really how things are in the OCG sometimes right now. At least when you add in all the OCG cards into a TCG build. I don't know if that's even the correct thing to say. But yeah, DDD's there. It'll load. There it is. DDD's, new future Mermails, and then current Mermail. On top of that, the build that I'm currently running. I don't know. Oh, okay. Build that I'm currently running. Yeah, this is pretty much card for card what I'm playing in my actual deck box behind me in my closet somewhere. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Dual videos should be hopefully coming by early next week, and then sometime in the future, maybe next week, depending on how quickly I can pick up some of the cards for DDD. DDD deck profile should be coming very soon, and I'll definitely be trying to get some duels with that as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like you did, and if you got any suggestions or anything to add to any of these builds, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear them. As always, Winter Kill is signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.